Just imagine you're happy on the morning at work, and then you came in one simple elegant gown and everybody seems to be hyping your gown, and suddenly one of your colleagues saw your shoe and was like, where did you get this? Is this one of those Temu shoes? And you're like, no, I made this. And everybody was, wow. Hi, my name is Adrole Wajola, and I have your shoemaking made easy tutorial. All we do on this channel is make shoemaking easy for you. We ignite your passion for creativity. We reduce your family expenses on footwear. We actually help you to build new stream of income as you acquire this skill. I'm using this opportunity to invite you specially for our beginners shoemaking course. It's an intensive course, it's a 6 weeks course, and of course you are going to be enjoying a lot of bonuses from a 40 pattern over 50 pattern template. Rather, you have 40 over 40 pattern cutting video. You are going to be having access to creating simple slippers for men, women and children, heels for women, wedges for children, all of that. We are going from simply simple to actually pro. And the truth is that everything is going to be done with a pre-recorded video. Of course, we are going to be having live session once a week, and I want to bet it with you. This will be the best decision you have ever made. What are you still waiting for? Go ahead and sign up using the link in the comment section. It will be the best decision you have ever made. You have any question, please go ahead and let me know in the comment section. Of course, in today's tutorial, I am going to be showing you how to create this beautiful designer palm. I've seen so many people, send the video to me or send the picture to me. So I decided to share with us right here. All right, for this particular design, you don't have a shoe last, I definitely get you covered here. Now, what you're going to do is just follow the measurements I'm going to be giving you, and it will work perfectly on your shoe last. Now, I need you to know that it doesn't matter the size you're working with. All you need to do is either reduce each of the sizes and measurements that I'm going to be giving you, or it's either you reduce or you increase. That's exactly what I'm just want to say. So the first part of it is, now this is a size 42 shoe last, and we are going to take the measurement of the instep. Now the instep of your shoe last is this particular part. So ordinarily I love to work in centimeter. It's easier as far as I am concerned for my students and for a total beginner when it comes to taking measurements and understanding calibration of all of these metric units that we use. So here I have this to be, I normally have 3 as my lasting allowance, 3 centimeter. This is 22 here. If I had 3, it becomes 25. So it means what I need on this side, the length has to be 25 centimeter. Now I need you to know that that is the most important part as far as this design is concerned, that place. So you want to come to this part also and take the measurement of the ball gurt. Now the ball gurt, when you talk about ball gurt, when you are taking the measurement of ball gurt, for example, you are meant to take all round. Please, the O dimension is the ball gurt, and for the instep, the O dimension also is the instep. But ordinarily, this part of your shoe last is the instep, and this side is the ball gurt. Please note. But when you say you are taking measurements, ordinarily we are supposed to take all around. Now, if you want to understand when you need to take all round measurements and when not to take all round measurements, I want you to join our beginners shoemaking course. I want you to know that it's going to make you feel like, where have I been all my life in shoemaking? Especially if you intend to take shoemaking from just making for yourself, rather, wanting to take it to another level of making for other people and also teaching other people, whether online or real time. You understand? So please, I will encourage you to join the class, because I'm going to be explaining on at what point do I have to take all of the measurements, at what point do I have to just take all of this part alone. I'm going to be showing you the importance of understanding the ball gurt measurements and the instep measurements and the heel measurements as well. Let's go into today's video. Don't forget, we are creating that unique designer main pattern. So we have measured this. We are going to come here. Don't forget, we have 3 also here, and this is 16. So we have 19. This is 16 plus 3, that's 19, and 25 centimeter as our measurement respectively. After we have done that, the next thing I want you to know is this design can be created, as far as I'm concerned, I can create it in 2 different ways. I can create it using the 3-dimensional pattern, which involves laying your paper tape on top of the design. Now this is our paper tape. You can actually, you know, place it on top of this and create the design on it, and that's what we call the 3-dimensional pattern. You can also create it in the 2-dimensional pattern form, which will also work very well. Now, one thing I have discovered is that for this particular design, if you want to create with the 2-dimensional pattern, you may not be able to achieve like a curve look on this particular part. Yes, if you are using this particular technique I'm showing you, you may not be able to achieve a curve look of your strap on this side. It will be looking straight, which is still fine. You are still going to get a very good look as far as the design is concerned. However, if you love design, personally I love it when it curves in at this point. If you prefer that, then definitely you have to use either your paper tape or you make use of the paper grid method. If you have been following me, you know most of the time I use the paper grid method, and that involves using, you know, a piece of paper, wrap it all around here and quickly, you know, draft it out. In case you do not have a paper tape and you still want to create a 3-dimensional pattern, that's another dimension when it comes to shoemaking. Anyway, let's go into this. So from what I have right here, I'm going to move. So I'm going to draw a straight line. I love to work with a straight line. We are going to be working with a straight line. So my straight line from here, I need 25 centimeter, don't forget. So I'm going to place this here, and this is actually a little bit more than 25 centimeter, but that's nothing to worry about. I'm just going to leave it that way. So I have this edge perfectly straight, so there's nothing to worry about. Now the width of that strap that is actually at this part of the design, what are we going to make use of? Now it depends on the size you are working with. It really depends on the size you are working with, but for this particular one, I am going to actually make use of 5 centimeter as the width. Like I said, you can increase, you can reduce, but I think 5 centimeter is fair for 42. You can reduce the 5 centimeter to 4.5. Please note, you can. But because it's a straight style that I'm creating, like it's a 2-dimensional technique I'm using, I'm going to be using 5. So we have 5 centimeter, don't forget. I don't know if you can see this, if I zoom in a bit, so you can see at this point, and this is 5. Come to this side and measure the same thing. This is 5. So let's go ahead and first of all connect that together. So after you have connected that together, you are going to come to your shoelace. Now, madam, I don't have a shoelace. I am actually trying to create for myself, and I'm using my feet or my customers' feet. See, just try to go check their feet. You can use their feet or yours to check. I will tell you another thing you can do aside that as we continue in this video. If you are not going to measure like this, I will tell you what else to do. So now this is what I have. I am going to bring it here and try to see where the middle here, where it is as far as my measurement tape is concerned. This look more like 12.5. Looks more like 12.5, but thank God is a bit wider. So like I said, if you are not taking measurement like that, what I always suggest is when you take your measurement like that, when you have, like this is 25, divide 25 by 2 is 12.5. Make sure that you don't use the 12.5. Use 11.5. Now, the reason is because from here to here is longer than from here to here. Let's take the measurements. I'm sure you know that when it comes to our classes, we are very deliberate about letting you know what you ought to know and the reason we do what we do. This is 9. If you check it from here, it looks like 9.5, but the truth is that is the way this particular, you know, shoelace is, you understand. But on normal circumstances, we always give you an average that this place is longer, you know, than this side. So I'm sure you saw that the difference I made there was just like 1 centimeter, you understand. So it's something that can be a little bit negligible, considering the fact that we have extra that we are using for lacing. It can cover up for any lapses we find there. So we are going to be using, instead of 12.5, we're going to use 12. You can see I just marked 12. We are using the whole cardboard. So I'm going to come to this side and also mark 12. Now, before I mark the 12, don't forget that the shape went this way, then went up. So the distance between this particular place and this particular place is another thing we want to pay attention to. And for this design, I'm going to be making use of 11 centimeter. What does that mean? It means I'm going to be measuring. I think I might have to zoom in so that I don't have to, so that you don't have to miss anything from what I'm teaching. So I'm going to place my ruler this way and measure 11. Don't forget, it's from here to here, not from this particular line. So we have 11. This is where 11 is. I'm going to try to measure my 11 all over again. And try to also close it up. So with what I have right here, I'm going to come here and measure my 12 so that I can connect it together with the previous one. I know somebody is wondering, why are we connecting it? Let me check. Am I measuring the right thing? Okay, I measure from here. I measure this other one from here. Please measure from the same direction. So I'm going to correct this one. It's 12, so I want to connect it together this way. Now, somebody be wondering, why are you doing this? Now, I'm sure you know that it came like this and then came in. You understand? So, the next thing we're going to be doing is, at this point, at this particular point, you know, it was coming like this and it went up. What do I use as a measurement here? 3.5 will be fine. If you want it to be wider, you can. But I recommend 3.5 for this particular one that we are actually doing. I'm sure you can see what I have. Now, this is where it's actually the instep part of the design. Don't forget there are two different colors. We have the deep blue and the sky blue. Now, the deep blue is on top of the sky blue. So the deep blue part of it, you find out that is actually somewhere very close on top of the sky blue. So what do we use as our width at this point in time? Now, it depends on you. You can decide to use at this point, you can use 2 centimeter, you can use 1.5. Now, if you are using 2 centimeter, I think I need to zoom this in for those who might be total beginner. So now you can see that this is 1 here. This is 1. So from here to here is 1. From here to here is also 1. I want to measure 2. I want it to be at the center. That's the essence of this line initially. I want it to be at the center. So by the time it is positioned at the center like that, it's very easy for you to be able to be easy for you to be able to go about positioning the shape at the right place. So you understand what I'm saying? Because you know it's not on your foot. If it was on a shoe lace, you will be able to know, okay, this is the middle. But since you are doing it on a two-dimensional, it's a two-dimensional pattern is in a plain sheet. So we have to do it that way. So from what I have here, I'm just going to connect it. We might have to zoom in a bit. So connect. Now, if you don't want it to be this wide, like I said, instead of putting the measurements, the meter rule or something, you know, you can decide to use check. If you use half an inch, it will be wider. You understand? Except you want to use it this way at the middle here. I need to zoom this in. I always want you to see what I'm doing. That's the beauty of this. So you might have to use the inch part of your measurement tape. So you want to place this at the middle. You can see what I place. The one in between, that's 0.5. So I will do quarter and also do quarter. This is where quarter and quarter is. From here to here is quarter. From here to here is quarter of an inch. So I mean, if you don't want it to be that wide, then you bring it back here. You bring it back here. So that quarter is about, you know, because if we have 1 inch to be 2.5, half of 2.5 is 1.25. So what we have in between here is just 1.25. What you have here is about 1.25. It's not as wide as the 2 we used initially. So let's just continue with that. So from what I have here, we're going to go ahead and don't forget, yes, we still have the lower part. We are also going to measure, don't forget that we measure 12. We are going to measure 12 here because there's an opening here as well. We want all of them to be at the center. That is the essence of all of this. So So for this particular part, I'm just going to measure about 4 centimeters. Yes, that's what I'm going to use for the opening here, 4 centimeters. So for this part, I'm still going to let me go and use my inch. I don't want it to be wide at all. I want it to be just a bit. So I'm going to use about 1 all over 8, I think, of this. Okay, from here to here is still, yes, this one is 1 all over 4. Is 1 all over 4. So this lower part, don't forget that this, let me use my ruler to check it, it's about 1.25, like I told us. This is about 1.25. This one is what? Let's see what it is. This one is actually about what? This one is actually about 1.4 centimeter. This place is about 1.4 centimeter. I'm just trying to tell us what I use in centimeter as well. Why this one is about is 0. This is a 0.6. Oh, this is a 0.6. 0.6. So which means from here to here, I measured the 0.3. From here to here is 0.3. That's what it is. So the lower part, let's say we are using 2. If we don't want it to be too wide, if it's 2, I measure from here to here, I measured 1. From here to here, I also measured 1. That's what it means. So don't forget, I told you that we are using 4. I want to be sure is at 4 before. So this is what it looked like. Now let's trim for you to be able to see the reality of what we have created. Now this part, if you look at it, you find out that it has an angle. So don't curve it, except you like your own to be curved. This is what I mean by don't curve it. Like, if you want your own to be curved, you can curve it. You understand? So I'm using the smaller one. You understand? If you want to use the bigger one, you can use. There's no problem. So like I was talking about this side, I want to show you that there is difference between what I cut. Like, see the way this place look like. Can you see the way this place look like? See the way this one look like? It just went down. So you can choose whichever one you want to use out of the 2 of them. So let's come down and open this one. I'm sure you can see what I have. Hola! Our first design is ready. I think I need to work on this. Yes, you can see the first one is ready, and this is what it looks like. I'm sure you can see what it looks like. Now, like I said, this is not like there's a limitation to whatever measurement you want to use. Now, from here to here, I use 11. Now, if while you are creating yours, you find out that no, this is not long enough, you can increase it. You understand? You can increase every of them, like I said. So let's see the front part. How do I create that? So for the front part of our design, the toe part, don't forget it's supposed to be 19, and that is what I have right here. And the width I'm using is 4.5. I'm using 4.5 as my width here instead of 5 that we use for the instep part. Now, I divided it like I divided. Don't forget that the 2 of them it looks like a T shape. So you want to be very careful when you are centralizing it. Centralize it in such a way that your T does not come to this side or go towards this side. So instead of dividing it into 2 equal parts, considering the fact that one side is longer than the other one, I measured 9 centimeters on this side. As you can see, this is 9. This is 9. This is 9. Now, for the shape here that will make it look like T, we are going to be using about 3.3 centimeters for the width. Now, the first thing we want to ask ourselves, what are we using as a length for the middle? I'm using 11. I used 11 for the previous one. I'm using 11 too. Because by the time you place it, you will understand what I'm actually saying. So we are going to make use of 3 centimeters here. Like I always say, don't carry ruler and measure 3.5 on one side. You have to place your ruler at the middle. Place your ruler at the middle. If you are measuring 3, measure 1.5 towards this side, measure 1.5 towards this side, so that it will centralize on top of your design. This is actually a 2-dimensional pattern. It's not a 3-dimensional pattern. If it's on this, you will be able to get it. But if on this one you make mistake, please. So I'm going to place my ruler at 1.5, which is supposed to be half of 3. Let me allow us see what I did. You can see this is 1.5. This is the line. This is where 11 stops. So I will put it at 1.5. From here to here is 1. This is 1.5. So this is 3A. The reason I'm using 1.5 as the middle is because I need 3 centimeters. And half of 3 centimeters is 1.5. So it means I'm taking 1.5 measurement from here to here is 1.5. So I will mark this one. From here to here is 1.5. From here to here is also 1.5. And that's how I got my 3. Please don't put it here and measure 3. Don't put it here and measure 3. Don't measure 1 on one side and go and measure 2. I am not the I am not your teacher. And on this side, I'm going to be using 3.5. Don't forget that the design came this way and then curve all the way. So I'm using 3.5 here. You can make it 4 if you so desire. If you want us to make it 4, I can make it 4, but I measured 3.5 initially. Like I said, all of these can be adjusted. It's not a one-way traffic. We can adjust it. You understand? So let's now go. So at this point, we have 11 around here, right? Let me measure the 11 up. I want us to be able to get exactly what I'm trying to achieve. I know when you start, you'll be looking like, what is she doing? Please, just follow gently. Especially if you're a beginner and you do not have a shoe lace. And if you have a shoe lace and you're not sure of how to draw, I believe this. You can see what I have. At this point, don't forget that it's supposed to come this way. But we are not going there yet. Let's first of all measure our... Don't forget, oh, this is where our 1.5 and 1.5 is. For the curve here, we are still coming. Don't worry. So this one, this side is 3.5 and 4. So let's try and do that. This is 4, this is 3.5. Don't worry, I'm going to show you why I'm doing that. I just want to do the same measurement here so that I will draw the box. You will see what I'm going to do to it. Somebody is already wondering, did this woman do technical drawing? I did not do technical drawing. But everything is possible for them that believe. If you believe that you can create what I'm creating, you'll be able to create it. And I've discovered that so many people who have been following me and those people who are registered for my courses find out that over time, when they follow this technique, there's a way it makes them understand how to create designs. So it's because it works. That's why I'm teaching you that way. So now that we have this one is connected to this one. This one is connected to this one like this. This part you can get a round object to create a curve if you want. Okay, this one is very wide. Here, let me try a bottle cover. Just place a bottle cover around here. Let it touch. If we are using, I think I want to use a 3.5. I just use that one to show us what it will look like. I'm sure you can see the way I placed it. You can do the same thing on this side. So we have done that. So now after you've done that, now don't forget that this, if you do it like this, I want to show us something now. You can actually do it like this. Did you see what I just did? I have curved it. I linked it with what we wanted it to look like here. So if you also want to curve this, you can curve it too. Nobody is going to stop you from doing that. So can you see what I'm showing us now? This can be wider than this. That's another thing. It's not compulsory that this has to be 3. I can decide to make it 4. To me, it's looking very small. So I think I want to make it a bit wider. Maybe like 4. So when I'm using 4, you find out that 2 is where I am putting the midpoint. The line is at 2 because I want 2 here and 2 here. So I'm going to go this route. I'm gonna go this route and cuff it in. So this cuff here, if you so desire, let me cut out so that we can see. Somebody's already wondering. So I'm sure you can see what we finally have here. So let's try to check it out on our design. Now this is going to be here. I'm sure you know this is going to be here. The other one that we created is going to come down right here. Hula! Our design is ready. Our design is ready. Go to the comment section and type ready. If you watch till now, please go to the comment section and write our designer pattern is ready. Can you see what it looks like? So literally just follow all of the dimensions that I gave us and you are good to go. If you love what you are watching, you find out that yes, I think I understand the way she's creating this. I want you to sign up. Go and sign up. See, you are going to love the class. Like I said, it's going to be a 6 weeks class. It's 6 weeks. And we are going to be starting from totally beginner. You know, it's a total beginner course, but a comprehensive one. It's comprehensive because we are going to be having not just flat slippers and slide for men, women, and children. We are also going to be having heels. We are going to be having pumps. We are going to be having wedges right there. School shoes is going to be part of the course. So we are taking it from the simplest to what seems to be complex. And you know, when it comes to Jibbyfemforte, we make it as simple, as easy as possible. You want to increase your stream of income, you want to create a new one, you want to actually reduce your family expenses on footwear, you want to ignite your passion. I want you to join the community of African crafts where we actually make sure we grow our economy through our skills. So my name is still Odurole Mojibola, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.